Yeah, guys. So last session we have seen how to write a hello world program. So now we are continuing with some other programs, but before we write programs we should have the knowledge of these format specifiers. Okay, for integer percentile d or percentile u, for float percentile f. Integer is used whenever you have numbers without any decimal places, and float will be used when you have numbers with decimal places. And coming to char, when you have only one character, we use percentage C. If you have group of characters, we have to use percentage yes. Then if you are taking a big number like long integer, we use percentage LD. So these left side, these are all said to be data types. Data types, and these are format specifiers. Okay, so these two you need to by heart, guys. Like as I said, you for integer which format specifier, for float what, char what, like that we have to remember, because while writing code we have to use them in everyday life. Okay, coming to IO statements, if you want to print anything or you want to read anything from the user, then we have to use IO statements. So in which printf is used for, printf is a function used for printing anything on the screen. If you want to print any message or any value from the variable, we use printf. No boss, we need to read something from the user, then we need to use scanf statement. Is it clear, guys? So printf is for printing output and scanf is for reading out input from the user. You can see the example, printf hello world. I said the output will be hello world. And when you are writing printf or scanf, you have to use double quotes here. So in double quotes, whatever I'm writing will be printed. So hello world I wrote, it got printed. Next time, if we say hello slash n world, what is this slash n slash t? These are called as slash n slash t. These are called as escape sequences. So slash n stands for new line and slash t for new tab. So if I give slash n in between hello and world, hello will come first. Excuse me. Slash n for new line and world will come in a new line. So you'll get hello in one line and world in another line. Same we can use slash t for new tab, hello, then you'll get 5 to 8 spaces. After that, world will be printed. That is the way to use slash t. So slash n, slash t, slash b, slash a, like that we have so many escape sequences. Okay, and here is our sample C program, which I told in the previous session. So first we need to include what you call minimum this the first header file is enough. This is called as preprocessor directive. So hash is a symbol we need to write to include whichever header file you wanted to include. Maybe std.h or math.h or string.h or conio.h, whatever IO header files you want, you can just import and you can work with the main method. So int main is the correct way to write main method. Int space main curly brace open close, which will tell you the beginning and end of the program. And you have to write return 0 because the return type is integer here. And you can write as many as statements you want in between the curly brace begin and before return 0 statement. This is what we have seen in the last session. So now we are going ahead with the examples. Okay, and we saw that main is important function where the execution of C program is executed, I mean starts. And we have seen some rules and regulations also, guys. So first we need to import the header file. After that, every program should have main method, that is int main. And then C program always written in a lowercase, and every statement should ends with a semicolon, as a statement terminator is semicolon, and then every C program file should have .c extension. Okay, let's see this examples also we saw in the previous, like taking a gender and character variable. Okay, and we have seen the string also, how to read a string, and then how to read float value also we have done. And we have seen the print sum of two numbers also done. This was the last example, right? Okay, yeah. So now let us try to go for something called, so every program should follow the three steps. The first one is variable declaration, the second one is input or initialization, where we are using scanf statements to read some values. After that, we need to write the logic or processing part. Finally, output, where we are displaying the results. Okay, so in this way we need to divide the program. So last session we have done with this sum of two numbers. Now let's try to do other, like how to work with same. I'm taking two numbers this time, but this time I'm going to take something called floating point values, like decimal points. If I want to take decimal points, how to do that is what, like 2.1, 3.5, like that. I'm taking some decimal point values from user, and then I wanted to display the result. How to do that, that is what we are going to discuss today. Okay, every program should follow these four things, guys. So what is my task? Accept two numbers with the decimal places and print the sum of it. Okay, so how to print sum of two decimal point numbers? For example, if I give you 2.1 and 3.4, okay, so the output should be 5.5. So we are just adding two numbers including the decimal places. So how to do this, that is what we are going to discuss now. So let's switch to this what you call the IDE called code blocks, and here I'm going to write the code, guys. The first and foremost thing is we need to start with the main method. So we need to write a first comment line. Why comment line we are writing? Because I wanted to know for what purpose the program I'm writing. Like I want to add two numbers with the decimal places. So this is code blocks IDE, and let's open or go to file, new, and file I'm saying what type of file, C++ source code. Just click on go, click on next. C language, C, select C. Click file name with full path, it is saying just click on that and select here the location as C underscore training folder. Say demo11.c, guys. Okay, just click on save. It is getting saved in the location. Click on finish. So demo11.c right now. Now we need to write something like a comment line, slash star star slash. In between this, I'm writing a comment to print sum of two numbers with the decimal places. That is what my program is all about. So now what I'm doing here, so let me start my program. The first line of every program is like a preprocessor directive has include stdio.h. This is what the first header file that I'm including. And after that, what should I write, guys? Int main. After this, curly braces open and close. In between, what should I write? First, we have to write return 0. Above return 0, you can write as many statements as you want. Okay, so this time I wanted to take two numbers with the decimal places. Okay, if you are reading only numbers without decimal places, integer is fine. Now tell me, guys, which one is better? Char, float? What should I choose? Int, char, float? Integer is without any decimals. Yeah. Srija, hello. Float is the answer. Okay, I'm taking two variables called num1 and num2. These are my two variables. Okay, to store the sum, I'm taking another variable called sum. So I have three variables right now. Num1 for storing first number, num2 for storing second number, and sum is for storing the sum of these two. Okay, so what should I do? I need to ask the user. So in program, as I said you, we should have three things, I mean four things we need to follow. That is, v for variable declaration part is over. Now we need to ask the user for input. We should ask him for first number value into a num1 and second number value into num2. After that, we need to do processing. Well, let's go to this code blocks. Let's print the message. Printf enter first number, or you can say a value or num1 value, something like that. first number. So scanf, I'm reading now. How to read it? So in scanf statement, what should I write in double quotes? Percentile f, very good, because we are reading a float value, so you should write percentile f, and then comma ampersand of num1. What is this ampersand meaning? What is the meaning of end symbol? End symbol means here it is called as ampersand, means what? Address of operator. So we are taking a value that is float value from user, that is numbers with decimal places, and we are storing in the address of num1. That is the meaning of this line. So same way I need to ask for another number into num2. Come on guys, tell me what should I write here?
Why don't you just copy the three?
Okay. Yeah, tell me. I will.
Replace it with enter second number.
Printf.
Enter second number.
Yeah, I'm giving new line, guys, so that it will come in a new line slash n. Enter second number. Come on, guys.
Scanf percentile f
Scanf
number 2.
percentile f comma ampersand of num2. So two numbers are ready. So first variable declaration part is over. Then I took two values from user. First one is stored in num1, second one is stored in num2. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to calculate sum of two numbers into variable sum. So what I'm writing here, sum is equal to num1 plus num2. Okay, so the values of num1, num2 are getting added and stored in a variable called sum. Now I need to print it. How to print? Just using printf statement. Printf, so slash n means new line, sum is, I need to print the value here, right? Percentile f, which value, comma sum value. Okay, so this is the way to print the sum of two float values in a C language. Okay, printing sum of two float values. Okay, let's run it and see guys how it is working. So let's go to build and run, or you can use F9 as the shortcut key here. So it is asking me for the first number. Let's give 2.3 for the first number, and 1.5, or let's say 4, let it be any number. See guys, the sum is 3.7.
But I don't want the extra decimals.
Yeah, good question. So you want only 3.7. You don't want the remaining decimal places. But by default, it will give you 6 decimal places float variable. If you don't want those decimal places, only one decimal place is enough or two are enough, then what to do? For that, you need to go back to the IDE. Here, 6.1f, like that you need to do. So what is 6 here? 6 means total 6 digits. Out of 6 decimal places, 0.1f means only one decimal place is enough. Okay, let's run it and see how it is working. Go to build and run. So I'm giving like 1.5 and 3.4, something like this. This time we got only 4.9. We are not getting any decimal places. If you want two decimal places like 4.90, something like that, I wanted to print, means you can give 6.2f. So what is the meaning here? 6 means total 6 decimal places. 0.2f means out of which you want only 2 decimal places after the decimal point. That is what the meaning of it. So now let's go and run it. Build and run. So here I'm giving 2.5 and then 3.6, something like this I'm giving. See, 6.10. So like this you can limit to how many decimal places you want it to display, that you can specify inside the printf statement. Is it clear, Srija?
Yes, sir.
Let's copy this and paste it in our notes. In this way we have done it successfully. Okay, now let's do another example where we are we are going to work with three different data types like integer. Okay, I want to take like this. The example that I want to show, no example program is like a student mark list program, marks list demo. Okay, just I need to take the following details. Like first, we should ask the user for roll number like 12, something like this. Name of the student, something like Ram, I said. Then I need to take marks in three subjects like subject one, or you can say maths, physics, chemistry, also your wish, like 70. Subject two, like 80, and subject three, sub three, I'm giving in a short, and something like 90. And what is our duty? Your duty is to calculate total marks and average marks. These you need to calculate. So we should ask these details from user up to here. Like we should ask him roll number, then name, then followed by three subjects. Coming to these two, we should not ask him or her. Just we need to calculate total and average. We need to print. So these are all input fields. These two are calculated fields. We need to calculate and display the whole mark list completely. So how to do this? So for this, can you tell me the data types that we need to choose for this roll number? For roll number, integer is enough for char or float or
Integer. Percentage.
integer. Yeah, why integer is suitable to this?
Because it doesn't have decimal.
Yeah, because roll numbers never have decimal places. That is the reason I'm going for integer. In the short, in the bracket, I'm writing here integer. And I'm storing the name of a person, like group of characters. Then what should I take? Character or integer or float or double or long? Srija?
Character.
Yeah, char you need to take. You need to take char type. Char means characters. Then subject one,
Integer.
integer. Subject two, integer. Subject three, all are integers. Three subjects are integers because we never have any decimal places. What about total? Total
Integer.
marks. Again integer. Total also doesn't have any decimal places. What about average?
Float.
Float. Very good. So if you have this much of knowledge, okay, when any question is given, you should be able to identify what are the variables required and what type of data types are suitable for them, which data type is suitable, like for roll number, integer, name, because characters, char type, and subject 1, subject 2, subject 3, all are integers, so go for integer. Total, again integer. Average means definitely you will be having some decimal places. That is why I have taken it as float. So if you have this knowledge, then you are able to write the program on your own, guys. Let's switch to our code blocks, and let's create a new project. Go to file and close file. You're creating a new file now. Go to new file, C++ source, and click on go. Click on next. See again. This time I'm selecting the folder here. The program is demo or student marks list demo. Marklist.c, like that I'm giving. Student marks list.c, like that I'm giving. And then which folder? It is already taken it as D drive. Finish. Click on finish. You will be getting it. Now let's zoom it and write the comment line first. What is the program is all about? To print to print student marks list. So what are we printing? Total and average. Like that I have taken two things. Okay. Now what should I write? Come on guys, what is the first line?
Hashtag include.
Hash include
stdio.
stdio.h. Then what should I write?
Int.
Int main. Guys, are you listening, Srija?
Replaces return 0.
Yeah, return 0 should be at the bottom of the program. And in between these two, you can write any a number of statements depends upon the requirement. So my requirement here is I should take variables for roll number. So what are common types first we need to decide. So integer, how many variables are there? How many variables integers? Five variables. So how should I write? There are two ways. One by one I can write integer roll number semicolon, integer sub one or s1 subject one semicolon, integer s2. Like this I can write in multiple lines, but I need not write like that. Yes, very good. So instead of writing in this many lines, in a single line you can write it RNO for roll number, S1, S2, S3, total, TOT, I said. So like this, all the same type of same data type variables, same type of variables I'm keeping in a one line. Then I want to take a student name. For that, I'm taking care name of the student, right? Name. But if I say like this, I can able to store only one character, but I need to store so many characters, right? Within square brackets, you have to specify the size, how many maximum characters you want to store. I said 30. That means you can store 30 variables, 30 characters, sorry. So now we need to declare a variable for average, that is float average. So variable declaration is over, guys. Now we need to ask the user for roll number. Printf enter roll number. Okay, so I'm reading, this is the message printed on the screen. Now user will enter I need to read that number into rno variable. Scanf percentage d comma ampersand of rno. So printf is printing message, scanf is reading value. Which value? Percentage d, because integer variable I have to use percentage d. If I'm reading any float value, percentage f I need to use. Now I wanted to read name of the student, guys. Tell me, what should I write here?
Printf enter student name.
Printf enter slash n. I'm using here slash n means new line so that it looks good. There is no compulsory rule that you have to give slash n for every printf, but it's highly recommended. Printf enter student name. Come on, guys, what should I write here? Scanf
Percentage s
very good,
ampersand char name.
comma percentage s, because we have so many characters. Percentage s comma ampersand of name. Like this, I need to take the variable value into name variable. Now we should ask values for three subjects at a time. I'm asking instead of one by one. So what I'm saying here, printf enter marks excuse me, enter marks in three subjects. Like that, I'm asking at a time. Instead of one by one, I'm asking at a time. So how can I read it one by one at a time? All the marks. Scanf percentage d percentage d percentage d, because three subjects marks, I gave 3%.
S1
Ampersand, what is my variable name? S1 S2 S3. So first subject's marks should go to the address of S1, ampersand of S2,
S
ampersand of S3. Like this, you are reading values of marks in three subjects into S1 S2 S3 respectively. So this is input part is over. So what is the next part? I need to calculate total and average. We should not ask the user for total average, right? So that's the reason I'm calculating. So that is total is equal to S1 plus S2 plus S3. So all the three subjects marks are getting added to TOT variable. Then average is equal to total by 3. So this is the way I calculated. So why I gave total by 3? Because we have three subjects. If you have five subjects, then what should I write?
S4 plus S5.
Total by
Total by
5.
5.
Total by 5. So like that, depends upon the number of subjects, this statement can be changed. So first variable declaration part is over, and here I have taken input from user, and this is the calculation part. And finally we need to print the mark list. Marks list, how to printf. Here I'm giving a heading student marks list. Like that, I'm giving something. Of course you can give the school or college name, whatever you have. I'm directly writing it. Printf. So first slash n means new line. First I wanted to print roll number. What should I write here? Percentage d comma rno. Next I need to print student name, guys. Tell me, what should I write here? Name of the student. Printf slash n student name, or you can also say name directly. Percentage s for string, the name is the variable name. Now I need to print a total and average also. Okay, slash n total. So what should I write here? Percentage d comma tot, because my variable name is tot. Here I am giving average percentage f. If you want two decimal places like so far 6.2f, like that you can write it. And then avg is my variable. So we have taken roll number, name, marks in three subjects, but we are printing total and average only. No boss, I want to print out marks also, subject marks also. Means you can also write it like this. Printf, okay, slash n sub 1, first subject 1 marks, percentage comma. My variable name is s1. So here you are saying sub 1, but here you are saying s1. Any problem? In double quotes, whatever you are writing, it's fine. But outside the double quotes, whatever variable name you have given here S1, so you have to use S1 only. For S2, you have to give S2 only. You can't write our own name which is not there in the program. So subject 1 marks are printed, followed by subject 2 marks, and then subject 3 marks. Like this, I'm printing all the 3 subjects marks using printf statement. So subject 1, subject 2, percentage D, S2 value, and here sub 3, percentage D, S3 value. So all are ready, guys. Now we need to check whether it is running properly or not. Go to build menu, build and run. Now you can see it is showing some error, guys. Here red line. What is the error? Any guess?
Average percentile F.
Here you can see the error.
Semicolon.
Yeah, missing semicolon. Error expected semicolon before return. So we have to give semicolon at the end of it. Now let's try to run it, and you will not get any errors this time. So it is asking me to enter roll number, guys. I entered something like 12. Name of the student is Ram, and marks I'm giving as 50, like 60, and 71. See the output, guys. The output is roll number. The output is student mark list. Roll number 12, name Ram, marks 50, 60, 71. Total is 181. But average I'm getting only 60. But 60.3333, like that it should display. But why it is not displaying, though we have given floating point values? Because the time of assigning, so it is missing the actual value when it is calculating. Here it is missing value. So it is missing value at the time of calculation. It is calculating correct only, but at the time of assignment the points are getting omitted. In that case, you need to use typecasting. Just use float here, float, or you can use double also. This is called as explicit typecasting. Means we are converting into the output into float type. So now this time you won't get any issue like that. Let's run it and see, guys. So roll number 2, I said Ram, and I'm giving marks like this, like 50, 60, 71. This time 181, and the average will be 60.333. You can see here, guys. 181 is total, it's okay, but average is 60.333. I want only 2 decimal places. Can you tell me, guys, how to do?
Percentile 6.
Mm.
0.12.
0.2f. If I say 6.2f, out of 6 decimal places, we'll go to only 2 decimal places. Let's run it again one more time. So roll number 1, I said wrong, and then marks 50, 60, 71. I'm giving like previously, but this time we got 60.33, only 2 decimal places. Like that, you can restrict the output into specific number of digits, depends upon the requirement. This is the way to work with student mark list. So please do it in your laptop or system so that it's very easy to understand. So please copy this program in your notes so that you can understand even more better. Okay. So that's all for today. Please go through these steps, guys, like how we have done this program. First, the requirement is this: we need to ask roll number of student, marks in marks of person name, and marks in 3 subjects. And question marks means we need to calculate total and average. But if you look at this, uh, yeah, if you look at this, we need to choose what are the suitable data types for these variables, like integer for roll number 12 because it doesn't have in decimal places, char for characters, group of characters, string we can take. They're all integer variables, and these two we need to calculate. So in that model, I created all the variables here: integer variables, character variable, and float variable. Then I asked the user for input. I read all the values. After that, I went to total and average variable. This is a calculation or what you call logic part. Finally, we are printing the result here. Okay. So in this way, you are able to understand the programs of C language in an easy manner. Only thing is, if you practice well, you will understand more clearly. Okay. Yeah. So, any questions?